Hi, I thought I'd do a few videos for the Blogging Portal Reboot, which it looks in a little bit more detail about some of the technologies which we're going to try to integrate into the new version of the site. And I'm doing this because, well, I mentioned these technologies very briefly in my first very rough post. For example, I mentioned automatic semantic analysis and I mentioned faceted search. This one's going to be about faceted search. The reason I'm doing it is because in the comments to this post, which I addressed in this follow-up post, these comments showed that people didn't really capture what I was on about. For example, they didn't capture that the whole point about automatic semantic analysis is the word automatic, that the system will tag every single piece of content and give it tags to tell us what it's about. That's nice by itself, but this post is about faceted search, and again, I did mention it, I did discuss it, what faceted search could actually mean here, but it's a lot better to show rather than just tell. So I thought what I'd do is I'd show what faceted search is and then explain how I think it could be used for the rebooted blogging portal, so people can find very quickly what other people are saying about EU across the social web. Let me start with my own personal library of bookmarks on Diigo. Now, I first saw faceted search on a website called Delicious, actually, in 2002 or 2003, 10 years ago. I moved to Diigo because there was rumors that Delicious was going to get bought or closed down, whatever, but they're more or less the same thing. What you're looking at here is my collection of web pages or bookmarks that I've tagged social media. I've already chosen the social media tag here. So there are 289 of those, 289 items which are, over the years I've tagged social media. Here they all are. As you can see, they've all got the tag social media, but some of them have got, well, they've all got other tags. This one's got organization, integration. These ones have got digital natives. That one's got content curation and journalism. The thing about faceted search is this. On the left here, I've got social media. I've chosen that tag already. And down below here, I've got the other tags which have been used in these 289 items. I've probably got 500 tags in Diigo, but here there's only a handful. So for example, 24 of these items have been tagged Facebook. 15 of them have been tagged analytics. So I'm going to drill down. I'm going to add analytics to my search, and now I've got all the items which have been tagged social media and analytics, and there's 15 of them. And this list of related tags has been updated. Now it's much smaller and there are fewer items per tag. If I was to, for example, choose Facebook, I know that I'll get four items, 4 bookmarks which have been tagged social media and analytics and Facebook. So I've gone from 289 bookmarks down to 4 in a few seconds, because the system, the faceted search system, has shown me what else I could find by drilling down and helped me find my way through my own personal library. Now the thing about this particular system is that all these tags are bottom up. There's no actual taxonomy. There's no defined set of terms. If you want to go to something a little bit more structured, go to any catalog site on the web. And this is a mobile phone review site on CNET. But it's a catalog of phone reviews, okay? And they've exposed 4 taxonomies to the faceted search interface here. So they've got 701 phone reviews. And all of these phone reviews have been classified by, is it a review of a feature phone or a fashion phone or a smartphone? So if I was to say, oh, I want a smartphone. Right, I've now got 350, which is good. And I'm looking for Samsungs. And I'm looking for the best Samsungs have. Boom. In a few seconds, I'm down to reviews of 8 Samsung smartphones with 4.5 stars. Here are the terms there. So that's faceted search using 4 different taxonomies, which rocks. But the best thing I've seen recently, and what prompted me to make this particular video, I want to do it like this because I saw it on my mobile phone. It looked a bit more like this. Okay, ignore the content here. This is a website tracking sponsored content, which is interesting in its own right, but they've tracked all of these pieces of sponsored content and they've classified them by the brands publishing it, where they published, about topics, and sorted by social actions. This is a faceted search interface and it rocks. I've never seen anything quite so neat, although it has to be said I haven't really been looking at user interface design for the last year or so. Anyway, so sorted by most social actions. I'm interested in Twitter. Boom. Maybe I would like to use this category, this taxonomy, talk about e-commerce. And now I've only got one. Okay. Anyway, the fact of the matter is this is a absolutely beautiful way of doing faceted search, because what it does is it puts it into natural language. So how would that look applied to Blogging Portal? Well, I put together a quick prezi on that. As explained earlier, we're going to have pieces of content which are being created by the platform. The users will mainly see the title of the article and the opening words, but semantic analysis software will apply tags from a taxonomy to each of these, and those tags, each of which denotes a topic, can be bundled together into themes. Similarly, the same software can identify that this piece of content is about one particular country or another, or perhaps a whole region, and countries can be bundled into regions. I'll explain that later too. There's the original language will be detected, and we might, this was a suggestion, we might be able to identify whether it's a blog post or a newspaper article, although, you know, content type is probably an optional extra. It probably won't add much value, but let's just assume it does. So imagine that this is the home page. We're going to use Rebel Mouse probably for the home page, which is going to identify the editor's picks, which will be auto-tweeted and then curated via Rebel Mouse to give you a nice graphical look. But above that, above the latest editor's picks, we could have a question like this. Show me all the content about all the themes, about all the countries written originally in any language this week. That could be the default setting for the home page. But if you were to click on all content, for example, you could perhaps define the content type that you're looking for. And if you were to click on all themes, you could choose a particular theme that you're interested in. And each time you do that, you will refine the home page. We'll probably go to a normal sort of menu showing you the pieces of content which meet your requirements. But let's assume that we continue, we choose to refine our search geographically. You could choose an individual country, or you could choose a bundle of countries. And you might say, I don't want to talk about, just look at this week. I'm only interested in today, or this month, or this year, or all the time. Whatever. Imagine you choose a few options and you end up asking for blog posts about energy policy, about the EU, the 28 countries of the European Union, written in any language but this week. And that will automatically give you a menu of pieces of content that meet those criteria. But it will, the other thing about faceted search is that it allows you to continue to refine your search further. You could, for example, decide that out of those 5 posts, you could show, I only want to show the ones about solar energy and 3 of them about solar energy. So you click on solar energy here and you refine the search from 5 down to 3. Or you could just choose one of the countries, or the original language, or when it was published. Out of these 5 articles, 1 was published today and the other 4 were published earlier this week. So that's the sort of thing faceted search can offer the Blogging Portal Reboot, and I'd love to hear any ideas about other ways we can make navigating the European online public space easier using the reboot. Cheers.